Hey, I'm Ryan and I'm from Coffee on Cue, and today I'm going to take you through how to make great espresso at home. We're going to look at how to use your grinder, how to pull a perfect shot, and how to texture milk beautifully so you can get a flat white just like at a cafe. Okay, first things first. When we're making espresso at home, I'm going to call the elephant in the room out. Not every machine is going to be the same. Today we've got the privilege of working on a Lamazocco GS3, which is actually a manual machine. And what that means is we can actually turn the water on or off with the paddle here. Or in other terms, we can turn our espresso extraction on or off. And we've also got the good fortune of having a timer here. The recipe I'm going to give you is specific to the Elevate blend. The three pillars are going to be these. First one is our dose, and that's how much coffee is going into our basket. Today, we're going to be working with 20 grams. The second one is our yield, and that is how much espresso comes out into the cup. Today, we're going to look for 50 grams, which is 2.5 times our dose. So some quick math here, if we're looking to reduce our dose, we also want to reduce our yield, and sometimes 1 to 2 or 1 to 2.5 is a good range of ratio. And the third factor is going to be our time. To pull the perfect shot of an Elevate blend, you want to get about 25 to 28 second extraction. So with our three guiding principles of dose, yield, and time, make the coffee a science, not just an art. First thing we're going to do is we want to grab our group handle out and we're going to weigh our dose. The next thing we want to do is we want to distribute the particles here. So we can see that it leaves a little bit of a mound in the center. We want to collapse that down just a little bit so it's nice and even. And I'm just going to wipe my finger over the top of it just to get it distributed evenly. And then we want to tamp. Our elbows should be over our wrist and we want it to be as even as possible. When we lift our tamper up, we should see no coffee particles around the side and it should be nice and even on flat so the coffee doesn't go by path of least resistance to one side. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop the portafilter into our group head, lock it firmly, and then what we're going to do is we're going to weigh our yield. So I'm going to grab my 2 cups here, pop them onto my set of scales, and tare them, and then I'm going to start my shot. Remember, I've got a timer here, but you can also use your phone. So we're going to pull the shot up right around about 47 grams, just before it hits 50, so we know we've got our shot right on the money. Looks like we've got our 50 grams now, and we're going to move over to texturing some milk. Now what we want to do is we want to fill the milk to the bottom of the spout, just below it. And what that's going to do is give us the perfect amount of milk to circulate in our jug. It's really important to get rid of all of the built up water that sits in our steam wand. So I'm going to purge it to start with. And now we're ready to stretch the milk. I'm going to pop the nozzle straight onto one of the sides, just to one of the sides here. I'm going to submerge it and I'm going to get a whirlpool going. I want you to listen for the sounds. Just a few little bubbles, and we're going to keep it steaming. Once that's done, we're just going to let it keep spinning until we feel the temperature is right for us. After we're finished, we're going to wait for the steam to stop. We're going to take the jug out, I'm going to wipe down the steam wand, and then I'm going to purge it again, just to get rid of any of the milk that might have come up in there. And now we're ready to pour. So a couple of things to remember here. We want to integrate the espresso and the milk together. So I'm going to mix them in here, and then I'm ready to pour my latte out. And there we have it, a flat white, just like in a cafe. Now that you know how to pull the perfect espresso, it's time to experiment. Remember, you can always tweak the parameters just a little bit so you can get the perfect flavor at home.